Intramurals is a way for college students to participate in a variety of sports and activities that they wouldn't normally have a chance to participate in being in college. It's a way for them to play sports that they maybe played in high school, and a way to let off a lot of steam and get away from doing homework.
Also don't like when players decide to argue with your calls, and I get it, maybe you'll make a bad call once in a while, but when they consistently swear at you or yell, because then you have to eject them, and then they get in a big funk and everything, and then they have to come in and talk to the head guy Chris, and then there's just kind of commotion and tension built.
I'm responsible for basically overseeing all of the program. I'm the intramural coordinator, but I'm also the sport club coordinator here, so I'm in charge of all of our 26 sport clubs on campus as well. But as far as the intramural program works, I'm in charge of hiring and firing all the staff, making sure all the rules are up to date, our policies, our safety guidelines, everything like that is where it needs to be, on par with other universities in the area, and people do it the same across the country pretty much. We try to make sure that we have the same rules and policies as most of the schools in Minnesota, at least. So if students are transferring back and forth, they kind of know what to expect.
Well, first of all, I wanted to become a ref because I knew I could make some money, and it worked with my schedule. And the second reason is because it was a job and it looked good on a resume, and I get to meet a whole bunch of people.
The intramural program here was started before I got here. They've had intramurals here for years. We just revamped it kind of when I got here. There was a student running it the year prior to me, because the director prior to me had left for another job. So it took us a little bit of work to get it back to where it is now. But it's been a program on college campuses all across the country for years and years.
I refed for one semester before I became a PA. I refed the first block of basketball, and then I refed flag football. As a PA, we kind of supervise all the programs. We set up the leagues. We schedule the officials. We help hire the officials. We evaluate the officials. We pretty much make sure the program runs smoothly and take care of anything that happens during the night.
This job is good for me because I like being in this field. I like being with the college-age students. A couple things that are kind of fun is watching students from the first year they're in school to the last year they're in school, whether it's 4 or 5 or however many years that is. Seeing them progress as a participant in our program, seeing them participate in more than one sport or more than one program that we offer, and also seeing some of our employees from the first year that they're here to the last year that they're here either grow as a supervisor or grow as an official or just grow as being involved in our program.
I wanted to become a PA because my major is sport management, and it's really a great lead-in to where I want to go with my career. I think that I also want to do it because I really enjoy being around sports, and it's a great way to stay in sports, and it's also really fun to meet all the people and work with a lot of people that have the same interests as you.
For one thing I really like about my job is I get to actually communicate and interact with other fellow students and make a whole bunch of friends. And I like actually being outside.
I like being able to interact with a lot of people that have the same kind of interests as me, as well as being able to influence positively programs and the participants who participate in the program.
A lot of things. It's pretty worthwhile to see on championship night the joy that people have when they win the t-shirts. That's pretty cool. We behind the scenes put in a lot of effort and a lot of time to make sure the programs are run well for the students. So it's pretty cool to see on championship day when people are pretty fired up, or even if they lose, how mad they get. You just know that they take a lot of pride and put a lot of time and effort into the program. I would say that's a big part of what I like. Our facilities here are great. I like our facilities. It's the right size university for me. I like the 16, 17,000 students here. We've got a good variety. I'd say those are the top ones.
I don't dislike a whole lot about it. It's a lot of pressure and stress sometimes, but I think the positives kind of outweigh that. But it does get kind of stressful at times.
The one thing I don't like about my job is when it's cold outside or it's raining or weather, because we have to referee no matter what, unless it's hailing or it's lightning.
I would say the long hours it takes to make this program what it is. I would say dealing with participants who don't want to follow our rules is a big one. I would say not having enough money to do maybe what we want budgetarily wise sometimes. Otherwise, you know what, we're pretty lucky here at St. Cloud State. We've got great facilities and a lot of student participation, so there's not a whole lot that I don't like. I would say a couple things. I mean, we're pretty big on policies. We're pretty big on structure. You know, everybody on campus knows when things are due, when leagues are going to happen, how long leagues are, what the rules are, everything like that. We've got nearly 100 or 120 staff that work here, from supervisors to ID checkers to officials, things like that. You know, my philosophy has always been you need to have structure and you need people to know exactly what to expect. And I think students here do, and I think that makes our program pretty good.